Hello, my fellow warmongers, and how is everyone doing on this fine day? Alright, it's Fair War here. Welcome to another replay for Total War Warhammer. So we got us a cool 2v2 in this one. And for our army, me and my friend Void, we went for an all greenskin build. So, for my... it's very like... we're both in the same way. So, for my army, I put some goblins right here, like this. Just to fodder, because they won't attack those two. For them, this is such a waste of time to attack the goblins, so the goblins will just hold the other units down. I had a night goblin shaman here, and one goblin wolf rider on this side, another goblin wolf rider on the other side. Now the night goblin shaman, they're gonna see him, and then they'll just keep attacking him, and he'll most probably run away, if I remember correctly. We've got two orc boar boy biggins, two goblin big bosses on a spider, and one of the orc boy biggins is the broken tusk mob, the one with the encourage aura, that give encourage aura. They're just a little better with higher melee defense, higher melee attack. They give more leadership to the surrounding units, all that. It's always good to get them. They have higher armor as well, which is great. Like, they got 90 armor, so you definitely need armor piercing to get through them. Got a hammer a gork and another normal goblin rock lobber. Nasty skulkers there just for the slow, and 1, 2, 3 savage orc biggins and 1 savage orc hidden somewhere here. If I remember, yep, here in the middle of the black orcs of a void. As for a void's army, he's got a one night goblin archer chevron up, just 1 rank. The rusty airs, same thing with the artillery, hammer, gork, and normal goblin rock lobber. Yep, goblin rock lobber. He's got a biggin on this side. As you can see, savage orc biggins. They're just trying to help my night goblin shaman, but it was kind of too late anyway. Well, other than that, he's got 2 black orcs and the spider, and for his lord, he's got Wurzag. Oh yeah, and I've got Wurzag as well, with Gazamork. Here we go, and Foot of Gork, and all his abilities, of course. And the 2 items, the staff and the... I don't remember what's the name of the other one. Hold on, let me check. The Squiggly Beast and the Bonewood Staff. So, yeah. For our opponents, they went for Empire and Chaos. So when we saw they went Empire, we were like, okay, they're gonna go artillery heavy, so we will go artillery heavy. So these two can take on like most artillery the Empire has. They didn't actually do that, which is kind of weird. In this map, you would want to go artillery heavy, because the one that wins the artillery fight is just gonna lay a smack on the other unit, on the other army. So we focused on the so for our opponent's army, they've got okay, let's pause it because there's a lot of things going on at the moment. They've got Sigmar Sons holding up this whatever it's called. Behind him, they've got 2 swordsmen, a steam tank, 2 handgunners, one of them is 3 handgunners, and one of them is the silver bullets. Chaos Marauders with grey weapons, normal Chaos Marauders, and the Hammer of the Witches with a light wizard on foot. You're on foot, right? Yeah, he's on foot. In the back here, they've got a lot of cool stuff, actually. Chaos Warriors and 3 great swords. Chaos Warriors with halberds, 2 great swords, and another swordsman. On the left flank, they've got 2 spearmen and Kolek as the Chaos Lord. On the right flank, they've got a lot of Forsaken and aspiring champs. And also 2 spearmen just to bog down any incoming flanks. But definitely our tactic was not to attack them. We wanted them to attack us, because this is the best benefit you can get out of this map. Also, they've got a Chaos Sorcerer of Shadows with Pit of Shades. Okay, let's hold on this for a second. Let's check what he has. I don't really know. Pit of Shades, Occam's Mind Razor, and the Enfeebling Foe. So he's got the standard. And also a Chaos Feral Manticore on this side. And on the other side, he's just got a generic General of the Empire with just the Potion of Toughness. So we can then just start then. So my Goblin Wolf Riders got discovered over here, so I pulled them back, trying to get on these Horse Masters, because yeah, whatever damage they're gonna rout anyway. They have dogs trying to get them. And also I wanted to get close to this clump as much as possible. Thankfully, the horse masters ran away from the savage orc brigands and are gonna leave my night goblin shaman alone. But then that bastard's gonna come down and I think rout him. Yeah, because this is a very annoying hero to go against. See, like, one hit and another hit and he's gonna just rout off the map immediately. So they were very aggressive in the beginning with the general of the Empire. So we were like, okay, we'll just set it up, like try to get them here in this area. So, oh yeah, by the way, if you're flying like right here, the other army can see you because this is actually a very high ledge. So if you're flying with your units in this area, everyone here can see you. So these two were actually hidden, like we did not see them. And in a minute now, we just found that the Rusty Heirs and the Night Goblin archers are getting attacked. So we were like, shit, we need to move. So I pulled in my anti-large contingent with the help of Wurzag and the two Goblin big bosses. Hopefully, I was thinking of maybe I can catch one of them and kill them. But then, these are the broken tusk. No, these are the normal orc boar boy beacons. They can do a lot of damage here, especially with the help of Wurzag right beside them, because Wurzag gives, like, when he's out of combat, he gives a good, nice physical resist. So the general of the Empire went down. One of us casted the effigy of the Git. I don't remember who. We'll cast an Awa, and here we go. Like, it's just gonna go. Like, they were too aggressive. Like, a little bit too aggressive. So see, the general of the Empire is just getting a lot of damage in. He's getting destroyed. And like he has effigy of the Git on him, and then he's gonna run away. I'll push in with my Wurzag to get an attack on him, and then the broken tusk mob are gonna lock him from this side, and this guy's gonna die immediately. And these two are locked in at the moment, trying to run away, but they're running away actually in the wrong direction. They're trying to break through the cav. They should have went like through that way. Actually, no, they're surrounded by cav. There's nothing they can do actually. So yeah, we went in with both Wurzags and the Goblin big bosses just to hold them down. Avoid send in his orc brigands to just, hold them. They casted a very pathetic bit of shades there that didn't do a lot. Yeah. I think that was a big blunder on their side. They just lost like 4,000 worth of gold. Like 1,000 something on the Chaos Sorcerer, 1,000 on the Chaos Feral Manticore, and 1,500 on the General of the Empire. And a Lord. So that was a lot. So one hero, one sorcerer, one Lord, and a very expensive unit. Very bad move. Very bad move on their side. So Kolek was trying to be sneaky. He was trying to get through that way to get into my Hammer of Gork. I moved him away because I saw him like coming over here, so I moved him a little bit to that side. But now Kolek unfortunately is gonna get locked in by the nasty Skulkers. I'm going to flash bomb him. His speed is going to decrease to like nothing. And now I did a mistake that I had them all in just one grouped unit. I pressed on that group unit and I attacked him. I really meant for Wurzag and the Orc Biggins. But I have everything zerging on Kolek at the moment, and this is so wrong in so many ways because all I wanted to do is get this guy on him, the Goblin Big Boss, and he had to go through all this clump to get to him. So yeah, right now Kolek is trying to destroy our Hammer of Gork. But unfortunately, he will just have to run away because the spider, the orc biggins, the savage orc biggins are trying to get to him. My Hammer of Gork and our artillery destroyed the Hammer of the Witches. So now we're focusing on his front line, handgunners, the silver bullets, the other handgunner, and this handgunner. Because these guys, that's the only thing that can get us to calm down. We don't want to calm down. We want them to come up to us. So we were giving chase. I backed off the rest of my units. Like, see, I'm posturing up again. Like here, the Orc Biggins. Just getting my units in place again. And then I will ask a Void to pull back his Black Orcs, and I'll put in again my Goblins to just because it's better if you have Goblins here. Like Goblins just are annoying little shits that need to die, and it's always better to avoid them. And then when you avoid them, you just found yourself fighting Savage Orc Biggins and Black Orcs, which is a bad idea in my opinion. So yeah, we're still waiting on our opponents to come to us because right now we have the artillery advantage, so definitely they need to come to us. I found this like a little small clump that I can actually foot-a-gork it. But I'm gonna do a little mistake there. You'll see. You'll see. So yeah, Kolak is still trying to be annoying, but failing horribly. Horribly. We can like fast forward a little. There was a lot of posturing up there. So yeah, when I found them getting a little bit closer to each other, I tried to cast a foot-a-gork, but our opponents were on top of their game, so they moved them. But the Sigmar Sun is always good to get some damage on them. Like, there's nothing that would stop you from getting damage on them. So we noticed that they were going through that way with the Forsaken and the Aspiring Champ, so Avoid sent in some Black Orcs, because Black Orcs can take on all this clump with the Aspiring Champion, no problem. And yeah, we're just waiting for them to make a move, because we have the advantage. Like, my artillery is right now firing on his handgunners, just completely destroying them. And yeah, and like our archers can fire, but while their handgunners cannot. I thought, okay, I'll send in my goblins, because why not? Like, they're just standing there. They're coming down a hill. They have a lot of advantages. So yeah, they took care of these handgunners. They're gonna get taken care of really fast here. Yep, we're just like being annoying to them, because okay, this map is made for you to be annoying. You cannot really be aggressive on this map. Like, you can't do that. Like, my kind of style is just to rush the other enemy, but it's just like this map is really annoying. So you need to be annoying in it. Oh yeah, by the way, I sent in my Goblin Wolf Riders to take care of the artillery, so now it's routing. And yep, as you can see, he sent in his Forsaken with everything he's got. Is that... Oh yeah, these are the Aspiring Champs. So now I'm going to move in my like some of my units there to help out with these Forsaken, because I noticed like Avoid wasn't really, he was focusing more on this clump. So I thought, okay, I need to help the guy fast so we can at least save the Goblin Rock Lobber. Now he's sending in his like Black Orcs, but still that was a very bad net in my opinion. I took my Orc Biggins like around it so they can actually help in here a little. Sorry guys. Now Kolak is again trying to be a little bit sneaky and get on Wurzag, but Wurzag is not really a tanky lord, so Avoid immediately tried to run away with him. I'll send in my anti-large contingent of like Orc Boarboy Biggins with Wurzag and the other Orc Boarboy Biggins and the Goblin Big Boss, just so we can get on Kolak, and because if Kolak routes, it's good game. They won't have any leadership except that puny little guy, and that guy is nothing. So yeah, we got onto him. The Broken Tusk Mob are doing some good damage, some good leadership damage to him. Sending in Wurzag. Now, a big mistake Kolak did. He went close to the Nasty Skulkers, and then they're just gonna flash bomb him right there, and then Kolak is getting a lot of damage. Look! He's trying to attack the Broken Tusk Mob, but they are tough. Seriously, they are very tough. So, we're just trying to get Kolak at the moment, and then, yep, an effigy of the Git falls down. I cast it on him, and then that's Kolak. Notice the steam tank was getting in on the Black Orcs. That's fine for us. Like, this army precinct, the steam tank causes terror. That's the good thing it does. So, like, having it fighting the Black Orcs is fine. So Wurzag, I took him back because I always want to keep Wurzag outside of the fight. I don't want him to get any damage because he's not a tanky lord at all. So I cast a Gaze of Morg there to just, you know, have the squiggly staff casted, like the increase to melee attack. See, like right now, all our units in the map, they have 16 melee attack more and 18% charge bonus. So yeah, Kolak is running, and then yeah, we just took care of Kolak there. The middle is, they're clumped up to our units. Our units are just going to work on them because Savage Orcs, Savage Orc Biggins, Nasty Skulkers, there is just a lot of things that they have to deal with here. And it's really hard for them to break through. Like, really, really hard. And we still have this, we still have Savage Orcs, nor 2 Black Orcs. It's just like, it's a lot of overwhelming odds to them. Kolak got routed off the map, and our opponents are just like, right now, it looks hopeless to them, and it actually is. There's nothing they can actually do. And then they decided to leave. Let's check the stats, guys. So, for my army, Wurzag was more of a supportive role. Like, I never use him on the front line. I use him to just keep the enemy at bay, you know, cast effigy of the Gits, Gorks, that kind of stuff. And I always, like, my Gork was really bad. Most of my Gorks, I always aimed them to be good, but this one was really bad. 2 goblin big bosses, I use them only to get on, like, lord heroes, casters, to poison them, so the other units can do the damage. The goblins look 78 kills on that one. That was the one I think that went on the handgunners of Kurtalicious. Yeah, see, 3, 3, and 12. That is nothing. We got a lot of kills on them. So the Hammer of the Witches actually got 40 kills because we focused it in the beginning and then we forgot about it when it regrouped. So that's when I sent in my Goblin Wolf Riders. I think the ones with the 5 kills. Yep, I think the ones with the 5 kills. They like routed it and then they just got destroyed. I really didn't care about them. He has a typical, like, Empire army with generic normal lord, a light wizard on foot, a lot of spearmen, a lot of swordsmen, Sigmar sons, and 2 great swords. It's always good to get great swords against the Greenskins because you never know when the Greenskins might go for a black orc build. Steam tank, a lot of kills, of course, because if you don't get a lot of kills with the steam tank, then it's definitely a very useless steam tank. My savage orc biggins were bosses. They held the line, they did their job. Same thing for my goblins. I love the goblins in this game. They just held the center there and were very annoying because they were just trying to break through and then they find the goblins right in the front of them. I was there like, ah, shit, we got into the goblins, they send the rest of the units and we'll get fucked. So that was what happened. Let's check a void. He had only Wurzag, which is like, yeah, with Wurzag you can only go with just Wurzag. It's fine. His artillery did very close to mine. We're focusing on his artillery first, on their artillery. We took care of it, and then we started focusing on the handgunners. Like, see the damage? That's from just the artillery. His black orcs were bosses. That 74 one, that was the one going against the Forsaken at the right flank, I think. The Rusty Heirs, Night Goblins, it was just a very cool army. The Ragnarok Queen didn't do much, but her spiders were very annoying, and because Avoid played with it very defensively, because they have Kolek. Kolek is a very strong anti-large, anti-monster kind of hero. So yeah, good game to our opponents. Thank you guys for tuning in. At the left over there, you'll see the subscribe button. If you like what you see, hit it. Don't forget to give me feedback, whether positive or negative. I appreciate everything. Alright guys, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Have a nice day.